This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by red hot, unbeaten welterweight star of the future, Vergil Ortiz Jr. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm very well, thanks. Very well. First and foremost, congratulations. Yesterday, inked a deal with MTK Global. Just tell us a little bit about that deal.
I've been talking with my manager Rick Meridian, and I've gone through this my whole career without a manager, and I just feel like I needed some extra help. I feel like my dad has been having a lot on him. He's been playing the manager role and the coach role and the dad role as well. And I just feel like, if we can have someone who actually does this, for a living, and take some of the burden off of us, and probably even do a better job. And that's what that was about. And MTK, they're just there, kind of like an insurance, just let us know we're doing everything right and all that stuff. Just advise us every now and then.
It seems to me so you're kind of at that stage of your career now where you're about to make that big leap up to elite level or to world-class level. So it's just one of those things that's not to worry about now. That must be nice for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I got a lot of people. Oh, what happened to Golden Boy? Like, no, that's not what this is about. This is your things are about to take off with me and Golden Boy. That's what it's about.
They certainly are. And as I mentioned at the start of the interview, you are unbeaten welterweight star of the future, highly touted. What do you make of that? I mean, you're still very, very young. I'm always very curious to ask people such as yourself, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, about managing that expectation at such a young age. What's it like?
I don't really think too much about it. I still think of myself as as a young kid from a city in Texas. I don't think of myself like that really. I just when I go to the gym, I know that I have something to prove. I have I have to keep winning because I hate losing more than I love winning. I don't want to lose. That's my main thing right there. And I don't feel any pressure on me at all. If anything, I want to win because I want to win, not because everyone else wants me to win.
So, as I mentioned, you're 16-0 with 16 knockouts. The question always to ask of somebody such as yourself who's used to getting these knockouts is getting the rounds in at this stage of your career. Now, it's been very difficult for you. We've brought in, or say we, Golden Boy, have brought in very experienced opponents. I mean, I remember Mauricio Herrera had never been stopped, and you blew him away very, very quickly. Do you feel that you need that kind of that challenge to go the distance before you're ready for the big boys of the division?
I think it's gonna take the big boys in the division to take me to the distance. It's just hard to say. It matters. It definitely does matter. But maybe I don't need to go this. Maybe I just need to go to the 10th round. Hopefully, I would love to keep the knockouts coming. Although I'm not too pressured to keep it going. But with shorter fights, the longer my career, that's the main purpose right there. So I don't sustain too much damage to my body. But I mean, yeah. Other than that, it's just if I go the distance one day, I think I'll be more than capable for that. I do a lot of sparring with a lot of world champions. Back in my camp of RGBA, Robert Garcia, Jose Ramirez, and Mikey Garcia. I spar all those guys, so I think that I have plenty of experience to take with me.
You mentioned the RGBA. Obviously, Robert Garcia is one of the forefront, one of the leading trainers in boxing. Just what's that gym like? I mean, I've not actually been over to Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, not been to the gym, but we hear all the sparring stories over this side of the pond. We hear it's a very lively gym. What's it like training there alongside all of these world-class fighters?
Oh, it's something else, man. It's you have a lot of world champions training next to you. It motivates you. You want to be just like them, if not better. So you're training as hard as them. You see what it takes to become a world champion, and you want to do exactly that, if not more. And it's really cool just to see all the familiar faces come by too. I see a lot of people that I looked up to when I was younger. Go to the gym. I'm like, wow, I've met a lot of different people, and it's a really cool gym.
What's it like working alongside Mikey Garcia? I know you guys have sparred numerous rounds together in the past. What's it like having him to kind of draw that experience from?
Yeah, Mikey's he's a really knowledgeable fighter, and when I get in the ring with him, it's something else. It really is. He's a great fighter. He's very poised. When I first sparred him, he pretty much broke me down and turned me into a different fighter. I'm like, wow, like I didn't realize how big the gap was. You know, it was different seeing him fight and then being in the ring with him. You know, that really changed my perspective on everything. And then ever since then, I feel like I jumped from here to all the way over here after I sparred Mikey, and it doesn't stop there. You know, he gives me advice outside of the ring too. So yeah, he's a really good fighter and person.
You mentioned that gap, and you're, as I mentioned at the start of the interview, you're kind of at that level now where by the kind of the champions, you're deemed as high risk, low reward, and you're kind of in between that gulf between world-class elite level and prospect, which is where you've just come from. How far away do you think you are from bridging that gap and facing the world-class welterweights?
I think I'm one or two really good competitive fights away. You know, I think that's just their how do I say? That's just everyone else's concern with me because I mean people say that I haven't fought anyone yet or whatever, blah blah blah. I feel like I have, but I understand I haven't faced like a top five, a top 10 opponent yet, and I want to, but they're not giving me the fights, and it's like it's out of my control right now. I just gotta keep going. As I keep going, I gotta force some mandatories if I need to. But yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along until it's my time.
You mentioned, I just want to go back, you mentioned Jose Ramirez and the work that he's done, you know, share a manager, the work that he's done in Fresno and building and cultivating an audience and really becoming a star in Fresno. Is that something that you're looking to replicate in your own hometown?
Oh yeah, definitely. Jose he's definitely setting the path for me on how to do it, and we have the same manager now, and I'm sure that we'll be able to do the same thing in my hometown.
Just want to talk to you about some of the fights that have just been, well, say just been announced. They've been announced a while ago. They're coming up. This year's flying by a lot quicker than anybody expected. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. Now, that's a fight that I'm sure you have a keen eye on. What do you make of that?
Oh, that's definitely a fight I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be a great fight. It really is. And to be honest, I'm not really 100% sure on who's gonna win. I mean, I think Errol should win. He should definitely win, but you can't knock Danny Garcia's power and his experience because one shot can change any fight. That's how I see it. So you never know.
I mean, we're kind of mentioning these names like Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, slightly younger, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. They've all kind of been around seemingly forever at welterweight. Now you've got this new era of welterweights or young stars coming through. There's yourself, there's Jaron Ennis, which is a big fight moving forward, or a lot of people talk about that fight.
Yeah.
Is that the fight that you're looking at? Is that a fight that we could realistically expect in the future, or is that fight that we expect to build towards?
Definitely. So here's the thing about me and John Ennis. We want to fight everyone. I've seen his interviews. I've seen his tweets and all that stuff. He wants to fight everyone. It's not like the welterweights these days where they want to cherry pick. Oh, I want to stay over here. No, I want to go everywhere on every platform. I want to fight every single person, and he's the same way. So I think that's a very realistic fight that can be made, and I want that fight. Just not right now. I want it as a super fight later because I think that's what it should be.
You mentioned what you said there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Teofimo Lopez after the Vasyl Lomachenko fight when he was saying, everybody wants to be Floyd Mayweather, but before you do that, you have to be pretty boy, which is go out, take the fights, take the risky fights early on in your career. Is that all being well and you get given the opportunity the way that you're going to look to go about your career?
I don't think so because from my view, I don't like boring fighters. I really don't. So I'm not gonna be a boring fighter. So I'm always gonna give a show when I can. I definitely don't want to lose, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go out of my way and protect my record. I want to fight the best.
What fighters inspire you, Vergil? I mean, you have kind of your own style, your own unique style, but murderous puncher and what have you. What fighters inspired you growing up?
Jose Ramirez, to be honest, I've watched him since before he went to the Olympics in 2012. I think it was 2012, and I've had my eye on him ever since then. And I just always thought that he was a great fighter, and it just added more to it for him being my favorite fighter when I started training with him, seeing how hard he trained. Like that's like this is why he's a world champion. He's some people, they just don't train as hard as they need to, and I see it all the time. And you know, I always thought to myself, oh man, like how come no one else is training, you know, like me? Why am I having trained whatever? And I see Jose training. I'm like, damn, like so this is how you're supposed to do it. You know, he trains really hard, and that pushes me every day.
The fight that everybody's talking about for Jose Ramirez is Josh Taylor for the undisputed crown at 140 pounds. Now, I'm sure you're going to be back in your stable, mate. But what do you make of that fight? How would you see that playing out?
It's gonna be an entertaining fight for sure. I feel like Jose will win. I really do think he'll win, because when I saw Baranchik fight, he gave Josh Taylor a pretty good run for his money in the beginning rounds. You know, he's very how do I say, like, you know, sporadic. You didn't know what he was gonna do. He just kept coming forward. I don't think Josh Taylor liked that a lot. So Jose's gonna come. He's gonna come with the same aggression, but he's not as reckless as Baranchik. I think he's gonna go in there with you know, with his mind in check too. He's gonna be smart about it, and I think Jose can pull it off.
Just a couple of quick ones before I let you go, Vergil. Do appreciate your time. I'm sure you've been very, very busy this week after your announcement yesterday. Rashidi Ellis picked up a good win over somebody you know well, Alexis Rocha, another Golden Boy Promotions fighter, also trains out of Robert Garcia's gym. Mm-hmm. Is that a fight we could see in the future?
Actually, he hasn't called my name. After that last fight, he said everyone but me. And he specifically said, yeah, I can fight him if I want to, but I would rather go fight the top guys. That, to me, that's saying he doesn't want to fight. I would love to fight him. So, I don't know. It's his deal.
What did you make of his performance against Alexis Rocha?
He did all right. That's all I can say. He didn't do bad. He did all right. Alexis is a tough fighter. I've sparred him many times before. So I can't knock his performance. He did all right.
Okay, Vergil, before I let you go, please give me one name. What fight do you want in the next 12 months, Vergil Ortiz?
Thurman.
Keith Thurman.
Yeah. I've been wanting that fight for a long time already. And if I can't have Thurman, then I would like to have a chance against Sean Porter. I think he's also a great fighter. Win or lose, I would like to fight Danny Garcia pretty soon. And yeah, other than that, those are the top 3 guys that I would like to face.
Okay, well, we hope you get at least one of them in the next 12 months. Vergil Ortiz, real pleasure. Real pleasure. The first time we've caught up, hopefully not the last. Congratulations again on your deal signed yesterday with MTK Global. I look forward to catching up with you sometime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Vergil Ortiz.
Thank you.